în primire, dar Vinicius rămâne liber, Vinicius în bară, încă o dată, Tebeliuc și este autogol! Ului.
Listen, yeah, if in doubt, oh, shut up, Nikolai. Why have you called an emergency meeting? Because FTW is about to start. We know that. We just seen the intro. Also, my money's on yellow. Wait, what do you mean? Yo, guys, it's your boy No Trim Niran here, and welcome back to yet another installment of FTW. This, of course, is the series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer online and on social media during the course of the last 7 days. But to be honest, yeah, fun football, because there's been a lot of other things going on. Personally, I've been distracted by the new PS5. I'm gonna have to find the babes to help fund this venture. Nah, B, listen, I swear down, it actually stands for partners stick together through thick and thin and all the difficult times. I swear, honestly, I've just gone for the conventional text, but the line, "Are you a PlayStation 5 because I so need you in my life right now," didn't really go as I expected it to. I'm gonna get it through whatever means I can, because I'm gonna need it when the UK goes back into lockdown again. Boris's speech looked very different this time. It was more like a scene from the transfer roundup. Our first story comes in the form of Corona, which has rejoined the UK on an undisclosed fee. But really and truly, the British public were asking the important questions live. Now hear me out on this one, right? Kieran Gibbs of West Brom was sent off for hitting someone. He said he'd do it again, and Seamus Coleman confronted him about it. Let's just get Seamus Coleman to fight Corona. It's peak for Liverpool and Arsenal fans as well. Our next game starts at 8:15, and it means that with the new curfew, fans will get kicked out of pubs with 4 minutes of the game to go. But at least Liverpool fans were able to watch the Chelsea game in full, as the Reds pulled off a 2-0 victory. The big changing point of the game was Andreas Christensen's red card, fouling Sadio Mane clean through on goal. If I was to provide some expert analysis here, I would say that he's playing the wrong sport. To be fair, Andreas could actually start a career change, because the Wigan Warriors rugby team seemed more than happy to get him on board. If I'm being honest, I just want to be held like that one day. It's alright, I'm just getting a bit emotional. We've actually got a live transcription of what he said to Sadio. So if I hug you like this, yeah, are you still gonna buy me the PS5? Christensen may have been to blame, Kepa didn't help charging off his line, and the Spaniard made an even more criminal mistake for Liverpool's second goal. Kepa, you shit, Maurizio. I know. Is this guy actually okay? Like, genuinely, every time he sets foot on the pitch, this happens. The man actively couldn't save a PowerPoint presentation. Chelsea fans at this point would pay first-class seats for Kepa to be flown back to Spain. How about tapas? You're creating tap-ins for the opposition. It's alright, we've got his next career move leaked here. What I will say to Chelsea is, it's fair. They didn't stand a chance. We had 2 Jurgen Klopps managing us. Meanwhile, Thiago Alcantara made his debut for Liverpool, and I mean, the guy was class. It was an incredible performance. He even gave away a penalty so that Alisson could save it and build up his goalkeeping confidence. I mean, the guy knows no bounds. Now, after missing the first game week, Manchester United's first action in the Premier League this season would come against Crystal Palace, and after an incredible end to last season, there was a lot expected of the Red Devils. Listen, what do you man even want me to say? United got outclassed by a team that thought this kit was acceptable. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was outmanaged by Roy Hodgson. This man gets free prescriptions and a senior rail card. Crystal Palace itself is younger than him. It was a 3-1 defeat. It could have been more. United were awful. I guess they were off the pace because they haven't played yet. But that didn't stop Borussia Dortmund tweeting a picture of Erling Haaland and Jadon Sancho, 2 players that United have been keen to sign, with the hashtag for the Crystal Palace game. I mean, Donny van de Beek looked as if he was questioning his decisions in the stands. If I say to my agent that I thought I was signing for Manchester City, then technically. And just to top it all off, Patrice Evra accidentally said this live on Sky.
I remember, I think what's real in Sky for Manchester United is when he had this true affair with David Moyes' daughter.
How are you gonna confirm that Wilfried Zaha was daggering David Moyes' daughter live on air? As you can imagine, they had to apologise formally about it. Yes, we hereby condemn the allegations suggesting that Wilfried Zaha, quote, annihilated David Moyes' daughter. I mean, poor David as well. He's probably preparing for his next West Ham game. How can it even get any worse? Oh, for fuck's sake. Listen, I know I'm joking, but David, get well soon. And the other 2 West Ham players as well that tested positive. I hope they have a speedy recovery. Just, if you're quarantining, just don't let Wilfried Zaha come round and bring the food, please. To be fair, Wilf has been getting in the news himself on social media. After tweeting about the victory over Manchester United, one fan told him to remember that he was only playing for Crystal Palace. Zaha himself replied asking who exactly he played for. It's a shithousery award for the Palace winger. And elsewhere in Manchester United news, Anthony Martial's child managed to get a hold of his phone and tweeted out random keyboard spam by accident. At least Martial Jr. knows what he's talking about. It might not be smooth sailing for Jose Mourinho's former club, but at Spurs it's looking up. They took home a convincing 3 points, defeating Southampton 5-1. Heung-min Son scored 4 goals. Harry Kane got 4 assists and a further goal. And Lucas Moura was on the pitch at the same time as the others. Not only that, but they're welcoming back a former icon of the club, being Gareth Bale, who's joined on loan from Real. I'm sure he was convinced by their brilliant performance in Europe against Lokomotiv Plovdiv, an absolutely gargantuan football club. Either that or it's the fact that they've specially renovated the stadium for him. Finally, some above par facilities. Quite frankly, it suits the Welshman down to a T. Meanwhile, Sheffield United faced Aston Villa, and it was the West Midlanders that took home the 3 points, thanks largely to a Martinez penalty save on debut and a red card for John Egan. The Art of Defending article now seems slightly outdated from Sky. We also got this beautiful tweet from Sheffield United providing an unobstructed view of Aston Villa's goalpost after the controversy last season with goal line technology. It's a shithousery award for the Blades. Meanwhile, one Villa fan managed to point out a very interesting picture of John McGinn. Jack Grealish found the tweet, replied to it, and John McGinn himself even got in on the act as well.
Sit there and think that the likes of Fulham and West Brom are going to stay up. I wonder what the other lads predict.
What the fuck's he doing?
Fam, there's children watching. Come on now. Now, over at Wolves, and they have signed former Barcelona fullback Nelson Semedo. It adds to a very long list of Portuguese players now at the Molineux. They even unveiled their 3rd kit for the season. It's literally a Portugal home kit. They're not even trying to mask it anymore. It must be starting to get very difficult for Connor Cody in the changing rooms.
¿Cuál 3 cosas llevas contigo en tu equipaje?
I don't have a clue what you said.
At Everton, and we've got James Rodriguez being gifted Echo Falls wine through a car window. I don't even know what's going on anymore. And we've got a new product from a high fashion brand, Balenciaga. They've released some new football boots for like, I don't know, probably £9.3 million. I knew I'd seen these before. Moving on into Europe, and there's the very odd story revolving around Luis Suarez right now. Apparently, he cheated during an Italian exam before a move potentially to Juventus. He's ended up going to Atletico now. Wait, cheating? Luis Suarez? Nah.
Nah, I never knew that.
Alright, Louis, next question. How do you say cardboard box in Italian? La cardboard. I really thought there was going to be more about tagliatelle in this exam. I just can't be bothered. This is such a stupid story. It's basically illegal. The testers need to start a new campaign to make sure it doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, AS Roma were forced to forfeit their most recent game 3-0 because they accidentally registered midfielder Amadou Diawara in the under-22 side instead of the first team, where he was playing. Are you sure this list is correct? I swear Amadou's playing the game. Nah, it's fine. That's a different one. That's Amadou Diadora. Over in France, and Djibril Sidibe just doesn't look the same player as he did last year. Bayern Munich defeated Schalke 8-0. It's the first game of the season. At least give the rest of us a chance. Isn't it mad how Thiago Alcantara left Bayern Munich to make sure they they had to work harder in training in order to win a game so convincingly. His genius just doesn't end. And I don't really know how to put this, but elsewhere, we've got a game that is being stopped by the referee because a parrot has landed on one of the players' heads. Listen, we need to get on with the game. Listen, we need to get on with the game. Now, I know you're a parrot and you're meant to repeat, but I actually need you to. Look, I know you're a parrot and just get off my... Hello all and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Now elsewhere, and we've got the madness of #United in the FA Cup. And they're through to the next round after featuring live on BBC. They went through on penalties. I'm sure the general public in #City will be out in full force. Nah, I'm kidding. This is sick. I'm actually very happy for them. Very wavy for like a group, like Friends project to end up in the FA Cup for a start. Then to be on the BBC. Then to win the penalty shootout with a chip penalty. Are you mad? And they even managed to do it without Jeremy Lynch in the side. So if you can do it without the best on the ball player that Arsene Wenger's ever seen, then you can do it anywhere. Just is a yellow card, isn't it? Over at Blackpool, and they've signed left-back Luke Garber, who famously this year is remembered for being forgotten about by Carlo Ancelotti in a Zoom interview. They announced him with this picture on Twitter. We love to see it. And over to America for some women's football now, and this is the greatest chain of events I've ever seen.
Opinion that matters. He said it was inside. Sophia Rossi taken down. Ryan Brown's penalty kick saved by Ruthie Jones. There's the drama. And then a little bit of entertainment, too. That says it all for Wake Forest. Tony DeLue's frustration gets his foot stuck in a crate.
But now, boys and girls, it's time for the FNG transfer roundup. Now, you'll be happy to know we have, in fact, rebranded for this week. The FNG Transfer Roundup is now, at worst, the second to last place to hear about the news. Our first story is that Norwich fullback Max Aarons has agreed to join Barcelona. I thought these scripts were sorted out at this point, okay? Oh, wait, no, that actually, he is signing for... But going out of the door at the new camp is Arturo Vidal, who's joined Inter Milan for less than £1 million, which intriguingly is less than the compensation figure if he injures you with his hair. And finally, in the greatest transfer news the Roundup has ever seen, Faik Bolkia has joined a new side over in Portugal. Box-related justice has finally been served. And I don't know about you, but I've always been a fan of Maritimo. But now it is time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is the segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. Now this week we've got a match between giants of the English game, Carlton Athletic and Ilkley Town, and it features an appearance from the 12th man. I mean, not really a man, but...
Yeah, I'm scared.
Do they bite? Spit.
Here we go.
Listen, are you mad? I'm an alpaca. I'll take you down. On to the weird stuff, though, now. As if that wasn't weird enough. Over in Germany, and we've got a football team that lost to their local rivals 37-0 because they were only able to field 7 players who all had to socially distance from each other during the course of the game. We've got this own goal over in South America.
Roberto. Vem cruzamento, falhou o goleiro, o gol tá aberto, olha o chute, e o goleiro fez contra.
A Romanian Cup game featuring Steaua Bucharest ended 6-6 after extra time. Might want to work on defending on the training ground next time, ideally. We've got an Australian parent who had an interesting name for their new child.
So the husband had a great idea. He said, let's name her Lanera. Lanera, and the wife was like, wow, that's a beautiful name. Lanera. She said that her husband told her that it was his favorite soccer team Arsenal. Spelled backwards. Lanera.
And finally, we've got this quite ridiculous story going on in Spain. Marvin Olawale Akinlabi Park was named amongst the substitutes for Real Madrid's B team. Now, apart from a quite phenomenal name, this isn't an issue, but the youngster was born in Mallorca, spent 3 years of his youth playing for Tranmere Rovers, recently turned 20, and has a choice of playing internationally for South Korea or Nigeria, but so far has chosen to play for Spain. How? Listen, at this point, they should just allow him to play for everybody. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna wrap up football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at the official FNG on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.